LinkedIn Live, basically focused on how to optimize to monetize your LinkedIn opportunity. And the first way to focus is on people. Really focusing on blending a high tech with high touch approach, my kind of old school meets new LinkedIn cool strategy opportunities. And how to do it is get alignment. Find people who are aligned with you. My rule of thumb is basically don't connect with anybody who you wouldn't want to have a conversation with. So, the key is to do more with less people, but make those people more relevant and more collaborative. Here's another element that's so important. Only work with people who are working. Active people are who you want to be with, not people who used to be or want to be, but the people who are out there right now doing what they need to be doing. And those are the people you want to build with, either to complement or contrast, but there's so much value in building numbers together. So find people who are aligned. Next thing, overserve, oversample, make like you're at Costco handing out great, valuable items to people. Because in essence, what you're really doing is getting a free audition. Most people look at putting out something before they get something as a risk, a waste of time, and they feel bad about doing it. And honestly, they shouldn't do it. Unless it's sincere and authentic, it won't come across as sincere and authentic. So bring value, build with aligned people. Next step, be relevant. Time is of the essence. It's the only thing you can't get more of, and you can't go back and exchange. So what you want to do on LinkedIn, and most people don't take this into consideration, is to value your time. If you were working for somebody, eventually you would wonder, how much time am I providing to them? What am I getting in return for it? And is it worth doing? Well, be your own boss and work harder for yourself than you would for a stranger, and really take account of what you do, because that'll bring discipline, accountability, and responsibility to your efforts on LinkedIn, and it'll project. What you want to do is be what you're looking to attract. And people see things, or people primarily on LinkedIn, as opportunities or challenges. You want to be one of those opportunities, and you want to be the one who demonstrates what you can do before others are out there sharing what they can do, because they're waiting for something to happen instead of making something happen. So really stay with relevancy. And then moving forward, it's about being proactive, creating opportunities, looking at what you've already built and going back and repurposing it, remarketing to it. You've changed, things have changed. It's always good to have an update. And, focus. Identify 5 of the most important people that you're interactive with and feel, that you can trust to collaborate with, and create opportunities, create conversations. And one of the best ways to optimize, to monetize, is to use LinkedIn Live. This is the best thing going on LinkedIn. I've been doing it every day for 6 months. I learned so much. I meet so many. And here's the thing. Typically, before using LinkedIn Live, I would connect with people. I would create Zoom meetings and conversations with people. But then what do you do together? Well, it's like, okay, when I can figure some out, you figure some out, we'll do something. Well, you just build something to wait to build something else. On LinkedIn Live, instead of saying, let's have a call, it's like, be a guest on my show. Now everybody gets to meet that person. That person gets honored, because now they're getting extended visibility, because when you do LinkedIn Lives together, you combine your audiences. So all of a sudden you get leverage, and you get an amplified reach. And you'd be surprised. I have people who have 38,000 connections like me doing the same thing pretty much I'm doing. And there's only like 1,200 similar connections. So it just shows you how many new exposures you could get by doing LinkedIn Live. The other thing is buy some vowels to solve the puzzle. Invest in yourself. Get some coaching. Join a collaboration group. I do it both. Go to doncohenconsulting.com. If you like what you hear, you'll even like more when what you hear turns into what you do, turns into what you get. And that's the whole key to monetization, is getting a better return on your investment. Because here it's like a sandwich. LinkedIn's like the lower layer, provides the platform, gives you everything you need to succeed. Bring the you, which is only you, which is your voice, to the platform. But have a strategy, have a roadmap. And with that roadmap, first of all, you get a chance to see where you're going, and maybe if you don't care for it, make an adjustment. But always have something to measure against. There's a saying, you can't manage what you don't measure. Keep account of everything. Don't be precise, but at least have an overall view of where you think you are and where you want to be and how close you are to getting there. And is what you're doing today working? Because LinkedIn gives you same-day results. So if you like the results that you're getting, then continue to, participate in the way you are. But most importantly, what you did yesterday, you can do tomorrow. Change is where it's at. LinkedIn's dynamic. You should be as dynamic as possible, as proactive as possible. Get some superlatives behind your action. Get to really distinguish and differentiate yourself. I've got that best compliment strategy as far as posting and commenting. If you rise to the top of anybody's comments based on your ability to actually look, see, and view their content and make a relevant, value-added comment to it, you'll rise to their top-of-mind awareness. And over time, if nothing else but guilt, they'll have to support you to keep it going. So it's just some of these nuances and facets that if you can learn, you can really cut the learning curve, accelerate your monetization process, because there's so many people on LinkedIn who constantly are planting seeds, cultivating, and not going to harvest. And all they do is have storehouses full of connections, conversations that lead to nowhere. It's a balance situation. Once you've accumulated, work it and continue to accumulate. And eventually you'll develop a pull strategy, hopefully, where your calendar just fills up for you. And now you're in a position to choose, who do you want to work with? Who is going to make you better for the experience? And how much value can you bring? So anyways, hopefully this brings some insights to what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, who I'm doing it with. And if you want to learn more, again, go to doncohenconsulting.com and see some opportunities that are really tremendous. So with that said, thank you so much for participating. Feel free to share and look forward to our next LinkedIn